So it looks like Iran wants a war with the United States, and President-elect Donald Trump is likely going to oblige. Now, here's what's happening. Right now, we are seeing direct threats, and we have been seeing these threats from Iran directly towards, at the time, former President Donald Trump, now President-elect, which will become the next President of the United States on January 20th, 2025. We are just months away. So, what Iran is doing to Israel, what Israel is doing to Iran, what Iran is trying to do to help out their proxies like Hezbollah and Hamas, even the Yemen Houthis. Well, it's turning into a massive problem, and President-elect Donald Trump and his new administration want to put a stop to this. Today, I'm going to break down what is going on, why what we are seeing today is more troubling than ever before, but it looks like the U.S. could be going to war very soon. So, I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So here's what you need to know. Iran wants a war with the United States. That has been fairly clear for months. Now, things are actually ramping up. And what Donald Trump has announced just this week is sending a clear message to Iran. Look at this, though. This says Defense Minister Katz says the time is right to hit Iran. Says Israel's incoming defense minister, Katz, declared conditions are optimal for targeting Iran's nuclear program, citing recent successful Israeli airstrikes and broad national consensus. Okay, so he says the time is right to hit Iran. But look at this. Look at what Iran is doing. Iran has likely developed fentanyl-based chemical weapons. Okay, so they are developing or likely developed fentanyl-based chemical weapons. This is somewhat concerning because you can put these in missiles, you can put these in grenades, right? They can be used in hand-to-hand combat. Wouldn't be the best idea, but they can. But what this could do is this could incapacitate certain people so they could be kidnapped, or it could actually take their lives all of a sudden. Now, here's the reason why this is turning into a bigger issue. Look at this. It says, new defense minister says Iran's nuclear facilities are more exposed than ever, okay, after the Israeli strikes on October 26th. Now, I want to get to this, but I want to talk about one thing first. What Donald Trump has just done. This is big. It says Trump taps Iran hawks Marco Rubio and Mike Waltz for top national security roles. Okay, so who are these people and what do they want to accomplish? Well, let's read this. This article came out today. I thought this was very interesting. It says President-elect Donald Trump is filling out his national security team with pro-Israel hawks who favor maximizing pressure on Iran to stand down from its belligerence in the region. It says reports Monday said Trump planned to name two Floridian allies to top jobs. Senator Marco Rubio will be tapped as the Secretary of State, and Representative Michael Waltz will be his national security advisor. Okay? Two very important positions. These are people that are pro-Israel. Okay? Pro-Israel. They want to do away with Iran. Now, let me read this to you right here. Both men have said that Israel should not be prevented from staging a direct attack on Iran's nuclear weapons program. The stance echoes Trump, who, before the election, urged Israel to do what you have to do. Trump had criticized President Joe Biden for confining Israel to only hitting military sites but not nuclear ones in a retaliatory strike. Okay. Keep in mind, Russia and the Russian President Vladimir Putin warned President Biden, do not attack Iran's nuclear sites. Well, there were reports, and again, there's nothing that confirms this because the Kremlin reported against this, but there were reports just the other day saying that Trump and President Vladimir Putin did have a conversation, a phone call together. Now, could this be that Trump is trying to facilitate something with Russia to prevent Iran from attacking the United States if Israel does go and attack the nuclear sites? Possibly, because Iran does not want to go to war with the United States. Okay? They may seem like it. They may be showing that, yes, we are willing to go to war, but really, what countries want to go to war with the United States? It just wouldn't make sense. Especially at this time, especially when we are in the lame duck session for President Biden, which means that in just a handful of months, in just 2-3 months, we are going to see our next president, President Donald Trump, will step in and likely attack Iran if they do anything to the United States. So, what does this mean moving forward? Well, here's what we know. The United States at this time is in a little bit of a state of limbo where we have a leader, but like many other countries have said, is our current leader, Joe Biden, he looks weak. Okay, he's fragile. He's not going to make a decision on strength. He's just not going to do that. Donald Trump will. If he says we need to go to war, we need to stop Iran from attacking Israel, we're going to do that. Now, here's where things get interesting. Okay? I want to read a little bit of this to you. Look at this right here. The nominations signal, despite isolationists leaning among some of Trump's inner circle, the party's traditional posture towards Israel is prevailing in the coalescence Trump White House. The president-elect this week also named New York Representative Elise Stefanik, a prominent pro-Israel hawk in Congress, as ambassador of the United Nations. It says Rubio diverged from his otherwise hawkish voting record on Israel earlier this year when he opposed a combined emergency defense aid package for Israel and Ukraine, which passed. But he said he voted no because the package did not include sufficiently tough immigration measures. The House voted separately on each component of the Senate bill. Waltz and Stefanik both voted for the Israel component and against the Ukraine component. Again, they are backing Israel. Okay? We have, again, there's a majority that are backing Israel in Congress, or in the new Congress. So what we are likely going to see is the United States is going to step up. We just learned today that even though the United States or Gaza has not been providing any humanitarian aid, or Israel has not been providing any humanitarian aid in Gaza, that the United States is still going to provide weapons and aid. They're still going to do that. But the United States told Israel, 30 days ago, that they had to provide more humanitarian aid or the United States would pull all funding and all support. The United States hasn't done that. They're going to continue to support Israel, which means it doesn't matter what Israel does, especially over in Gaza. Now the fight isn't about Hamas. It's about the main country. Okay? Because keep in mind, Hamas is an Iranian proxy. They're funded by Iran. So if you get rid of Iran, guess what happens to Hamas and Hezbollah and the Yemen Houthis? They go too. Now, the only concern here, and again, I bring this up, is this one right here, okay, that Iran has likely developed fentanyl-based chemical weapons. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because of this right here. It says these are especially a problem if Iran supplies them to militant allies like Hezbollah and Hamas, who, according to reports over the past several years that Hezbollah does have sleeper cells here in the United States. So I will leave you with that, but just understand at this time, yes, the United States is going more at this little conflict with Iran, and it looks like we could potentially go into a war, but according to many experts, they say this would be quick. It would not be something that would take years to actually accomplish. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.